So what's going on, guys? Box here, and welcome to some MotoGP 21, and we're finally here. This is the game, the full build of the game, no longer the preview build, and we can finally get started with what is traditionally the biggest series on the channel, and that is this MotoGP career mode. So we're going to be starting a brand new career mode here in 2021 on the brand new game. Let's get straight into things. So then it's back with a managerial career. It is, I think, pretty similar to last year, but with a lot more refinement. So like last year, we're going to choose where do we want to start, MotoGP, Moto2, Moto3. Last year we started in Moto3, and we did pretty good. We did a season of Moto3, season 2 was in Moto2, and then we got into MotoGP. So it's probably going to be the same. We're going to be here season 1 looking for promotion into the Moto2 class. Now this is new. We get to choose whether we want the full calendar or the official calendar, with obviously rounds missing, Argentina and Austin, Texas. So I'm going to go for the official calendar, which sees us do back-to-back races at Qatar, and then we'll head out to Portimao and Jerez, and then Le Mans, and then so on, as you can see on the screen. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the official 2021 calendar, and we're going to need to hire a personal manager. So look at this. This is everything they do. Pretty similar to last year, I think. So we're going to have to choose out of these 5 people. Now, I want someone to be able to find us good contracts. So I'm going to have to go for Igor, or do we want to go for someone that's good at negotiating as well? Not a lot of experience. Specializes in seeking out offers to sign on from teams, specializing in economic bonuses. No, we're going to go for seeking out offers, and we're going to sign him up, get him on board. Igor. Now, search for contracts with factory teams or establishment of new teams. I want to go with existing teams, but we are going to have a quick look at what's available. So you've got a gas, or you've got a Husqvarna. I can never pronounce that. My World is the sponsor. So we're going to go back. We're going to look for factory teams. So here we go then. We can go with the Avintia Moto3 team on the KTM. They all have the same performance. Avintia Moto3, Green Power on the KTM, or Car Expert Prustral GP on the KTM as well. So it's all going to be on the KTM. It's just, what do we want? It's all about like salary and things like that, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to go for the Avintia Moto3 team, I think. The championship goal, the top 5 for this team here is pretty high, considering the performance is the same for all these teams. So I'm going to go for the Avintia. Avintia Moto3, let's sign on. Signed our contract in Moto3. And this is the bike. Lovely looking bike. Very, very nice bike. So then, this is it. Rider customization done. I didn't want to put you through that as I was just flicking through options. Very similar customization, well, at least the preset to last year. So nothing new there, but we're getting in with this for now. Once the community start getting involved and releasing numbers, stickers, I'll go through and apply them to our bike and things like that. But yeah, let's get into things. This is the rider number 47, and let's see what we can do in Moto3. The Avintia bike. There's 3 of us on a charge, and the one thing I was hoping that would get added into this game, which I haven't seen yet, and I don't think it's going to be in here, is rider transfers. That really needs to happen in the next game. But let's see, it might be in here. I don't think it is though. But here we go then. We've got a brand new career mode dashboard, calendar, standings, contracts, technical staff, and our headquarters for all the development. So yeah, as you can see, development area, you can only do engine and frame, and this is how you assign staff. So where are we at? We're going to need to improve the engine a little bit more than this. Everyone's focused on everyone seems to be focused on the frame at the minute. Similar to last year, you can swap people over. So I've done a split on the frame. So we're going to be 125 points a week per team. We need 400 points for the first engine node, and we need 300 on the first frame node, which we will get when we advance on a little bit. Advance to next week. So we now should have enough to do our frame upgrade. Yes, we can. So let's get in and get everyone on this. I hate these menus that keep flicking up at the minute. So we're going to skip on a little bit more. Development component in the frame area. Thank you very much. I wonder if we can do... Yeah, we can do the engine upgrade now. So let's get in on the engine upgrade. So we put people back on frame development. And we're developing that node here. For the next node, we need 500 on the frame. And then we're going to need 600 on the engine. So let's skip on through. We may as well advance to the next week, which is going to be Losail. So this is the opening Grand Prix then. It's going to be a Qatar episode by the looks of things. What have we got going on here? So we can now start development, apparently. Ah, that's the thing. If you skip too far ahead, you forget to add your staff back, don't you? Okay, let's get these guys on development. That's annoying. Lost out on some development points here. Gonna have to get used to the new system. But here we go. Let's get in and do the next frame upgrade. Get started on that. And then develop the node. Yep. There we go. So we're working on it. Alright, next. So what did we say? 600 points. 600 points is a lot of points. So what we're going to be doing then, we're going to be getting into the next round, but we've got some technical staff. Replace chief engineer, one new candidate available, C++, this person is a C, engine frame, oh that is quite a big upgrade on the engine. How much are they going to cost? Let's sign them on. May as well, looking to improve. We need to get promoted to Moto2, that is the aim for the season. So there we go, upgrade and personal manager, no new candidates available. But let's head down to Qatar then, and we'll get into the opening race weekend. So then, we're going to do practice 1 for this first race at least. So let's see what the new development tests are like, shall we? They've been overhauled a little bit. But let's see, shall we? What we got? So, for the whole weekend, you have an objective, and that's to ride at least 62 miles during the race weekend. And then in free practice you have these extra ones. So you've got track study, just to follow the ideal trajectory. Complete a valid lap of 2 minute 11. Top speed. Top speed to exceed 129 miles per hour. Clean lap. Race a valid lap, including a long lap penalty lane, in under 2 minute 15. That's going to be pretty cool. Gain access to qualifying 2. And improve on your lap time 3 consecutive laps in a row. So what tyres we're going to go for? Well, we're going to go for mediums. You don't get to choose the brakes in this category. But let's go out for a flying start then. Heading onto the bike, Moto3. Let's see what this bike's going to feel like. Should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this season. Got a long old season ahead, but it is slightly shorter because we are running that shorter season. Now, MotoGP 21, I've been playing the preview build in the MotoGP class, and it is something to get used to. The physics are quite a bit different to last year's game, so something to watch out for. But Moto3 should really ease you into it. I went straight on to MotoGP, and yeah, you really do have to really ease yourself into this game. Ease yourself in with the Moto3 class, as we completely missed Turn 1's apex. And then make your natural progression into Moto2, I think that's probably best. And then to GP. So by Season 3 of Career Mode, hopefully we can be in MotoGP. That's going to be the aim. I don't want to get caught in Moto3 or Moto2. I want to get straight to MotoGP, test out those big bikes. But we're here for learning along the way, and I've ran wide there. So I suppose the reason you've got this line here is because we're doing the ideal trajectory, the track study development test. It puts out a line, and it's the racing line, and you basically have to follow it. I don't race with it on usually, as you know, but when you do these development tests, it does throw it back on for this in particular test. So let's see what we can do. We're almost around this first lap. Hopefully we can just do it on the first lap, and then we can get into really exploring this track and these new physics for the game. But Moto3 feeling good so far. So then crossing the line, 2:11.4 is the time to beat. Oh, just about did it. Just about did that development test. And I can see the line's gone. And we're going to have to get used to this now. So I might head back in. Can you see any development tests? Yeah, you can turn them on here, look. Clean lap with long lap penalty. Should we give this one a go and keep it under 2:15? I don't know where the long lap penalty is. Where am I on circuit? Bottom left. Okay. Let's see if we can do this lap. Let's try out the long lap penalty for the first time. It's around here somewhere. It's around the next few corners, I think. That's going to be a thing. In practice, you're going to have to learn where the long lap penalty loop is, and it is tough. I have tried to do this before, and it's so tough on the GP bikes. Let's see, shall we? Oh, there you go. And then you lose it. Too hot into there. We've hit the deck. Oh, here you go. Let's try out the rider recovery system. Let's have a little sprint round, shall we? Ooh. You can hear the gravel footsteps. That's sick. Look at this. Run around. You know, come on you get. He's picking it up. He's picking it up. Yeah, let's go. We're off. Okay. Look how filthy we are. Let's bring it back in the pit, shall we? Return to pit. See what the time's like. We've only done one lap, of course. We're probably going to have to go out again to try and get straight into Q2. And we're going to have to practice some long loop lap penalties. So then, I've skipped on a little bit. There's 20 minutes left in the session. Time to beat is Pedro Acosta, 2:09.5. We are sat in 28th place off of that. So let's go back out. We've only done one lap. Check fuel and brakes. Going to put on some new tyres. Although we're using up some at the minute. I'm going to stick with... no, let's go... Let's go for a soft front and a hard rear, shall we? See where that gets us. I'm going to take some fuel out because we're going to have to go for a bit of a flying lap. I want to get it done on sort of the first lap, but I want to get us into Q2 quite easily. I don't want to, if we can at least, I don't want to get stuck in Q1 if I don't have to, but let's see, shall we? So this has been a pretty decent lap. Gonna come through this final corner, the rear end stepping out a little bit. As I say that, I've made a bit of a meal of the final corner. So about 1.6 under our current time. Where's that gonna put us as we come down the straight? 2.9, that's gonna be P3. Not a bad little lap, that. Not a bad lap at all. It is only practice though, and the pace will step up when we hit qualifying and the race. But let's end off the session here. So we've got some development tests done. P3, not bad at all, not bad at all. Happy with that one. And Pedro Acosta leads the way in free practice 1 at least, but remember it's only FP1. But we've made it into Q2, which is good news. Good news. I haven't put ourselves through FP2, FP3, and as you can see during those sessions there's about 8 riders that have got ahead of us, but we're still in the mix, so that's good. So let's get into qualifying them. Qualifying 2, gonna have to change up the tires. I'm gonna go for a soft front. We can use the soft. Need a hard race tire and a medium front, I think is what I'm gonna go with in the race. Yeah, so we need to save ourselves some tires, but let's just try the soft. Let's try the soft. Let's take out some fuel as well. I'm gonna skip on a little bit, but not too far, because I might have to do a second go at it, but let's get out on track then. So this opening qualifying lap's pretty good. We went fastest through the first sector, personal best in the second and third sector, and we're just chasing after the Leopard man up the road. I don't know who it is. But there's crashing going on everywhere. 209.5 from Acosta. The tyres, the soft tyres are only good for one lap. You can't do back-to-back laps really, because as we're getting a slide on the rear end, look how hot the rear end is there. We're getting a slide on. Can't do back-to-backs on these soft tyres. They just overheat. But we're a little bit off the pace. No, we're not. We're well on the pace. 209.2. I got confused with the times. That's a pretty solid lap here in Q2. Can't go for back-to-backs, but let's head in and let's return to the pit, see what that sort of lap time's like. Should be pretty good. Could be pole position. If it is, then I need to up the difficulty. Okay, so it is pole position in the first race. I am going to have to up the difficulty. I'm still trying to find that right difficulty, but we'll find it through the different classes. Hopefully we'll be able to up it or up it. But yeah, pole position for the first race. I will take it. I will take it. Head of Masia, Costa, McPhee, Suzuki, rounded off the top 5. So let's head down to the race then. And it's going to be dusk. Sun's starting to set here at Qatar, so it's going to be a pretty good race. I need to think of the tyres. Consumption check, right. I did say medium. We've got 5 laps around here. It's definitely going to be a hard rear, but it needs to be a new rear tyre, please. New rear tyre. Medium front. The game's recommending medium. I'm kind of tempted hard, but let's roll with what the game says. We do have another race here, so if we think after this race, round number 2 back here at Qatar, then we can always put on that hard front. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Pole position. Let's see how this bike launches, whether we're going to get eaten up. It's a very long run into turn number 1, so we're going to have to be careful with that one. Very long run into turn 1. Let's go MoTO3 for the start. And we're off. Alongside the KTMs, they got a much better launch. I think their engines are a bit more developed than ours, because we're really a mid pack team on a good day. So let's see then. P4, we've lost a few positions. Let's just stick with them. It's a long race, 5 laps. It's a long season as well. 19 races in our career mode season 1, following the official calendar, which means we're going to be back here for round number 2. But here we go then. Ending the first sector in P4. If we can get a top 10 in the opening race, that'd be fantastic. And someone's crashing behind us near the back. And we've got John McPhee all over us. Gonna have to watch out for him. He is quick. He is quick. And consistently quick. But we've got plenty of fuel on board, and I'm losing touch with Suzuki. This is the thing, the AI's race pace is much stronger than their qualifying pace. That seems to have followed through into this game. That's a trait of most MotoGP games in the past, and it seems to still be the case. But I'm coming under pressure, and oh, who was that up our inside? Down, John McPhee's teammate. Into P5, and look at the pack. You can tell it's a Moto3 race here today. I need to keep up the momentum. Around turn 13. Into 14. Oh, McPhee's hit the deck. Not good for the Petronas boys. I think it's the Petronas team it was, wasn't it? Spang Racing team. But that promotes us back to P4. But the top 3 are gone. They are long gone. You can tell I'm holding up the pack here. There's loads of people behind us. Let's go. Use a bit of MoTO3 down the straights. See if we can pull away from Toba. MoTO3 seems to be working for us. Not really coming under pressure. See what we can do on the brakes. Don't want to push too hard in some of these braking zones because I've got tyres that need to last. We've only done a lap. I think medium front seems to be working okay actually, but let's see how it feels and then we'll see if we want to run a hard front at the next round. This is the only back-to-back race in this season, so this is the only opportunity we'll get to do that. But 1.8 is the gap to the podium runners. You can see I don't want to get too much of a slide on in the braking zones. Who's behind me? Quarter of a second right behind me is Toba. He is all over the back of us. Into turn 6. Come on, Avintia, we can do this. I can't remember who my teammates is. I don't really watch Moto3. Whoa! Toba's up our inside. I don't really watch Moto3, so I'm not very familiar with all of the riders. I am with some names and some teams, but not all. And Toba's through into P4. It's about whether we can hold on, and someone's up our inside there. They did that on the last lap. And there was a crash. But it's Rodrigo that makes his way through. Into P5. Let's see. The slipstream's quite powerful on this game, so if we can stick with these guys, we can get them back into turn number 1, hopefully. Round 14, Rodrigo! Whoa! Huge crashes behind. The AI is struggling through that section. Huge crashes. And that relieves some of the pressure. But let's see if we can get Toba back down the straight. We're a little bit wide out of the final corner. Well, into the final corner, really. MOTO3, slipstream, here we go on Toba, gaining, pulling out of the slipstream, 209.3, fast lap of the race. We're 6/10 off that. But there you go, 2 laps under our belt. And into turn number 1, back into P4, gaps 2.2 seconds to Suzuki. And the thing is, they're just going to slipstream each other along. And they're probably going to pull away. You can tell they're already half a second quicker than us. And they're probably going to pull away a few tenths, at least a lap. But if I can get P4, I mean, I shouldn't really be in P4, but the AI have made quite a few mistakes in this opening round. You can tell it's the start of the season. Opening round butterflies or something like that. The front tyre on the right hand side is a little bit worn, so just going to have to watch out for that. And especially in some of these braking zones. Really going to have to watch out there. But Toba taking a lot behind. He's the only one really putting us under pressure at the minute. Don't want to make any mistakes, but he's all over the back of us. And if the tyres start to go, we will fall back in the clutches of the people behind. But we're not focusing on that. We're trying to close this gap ahead, and I'm on a personal best lap time, 4/10 under our best lap so far. And the AI are hot into turn 10, aren't they? They really are hot into there. 2.3 is the gap, so we're maintaining the gap to the guys ahead. That's front runner pace. That is pretty good for us. I'll take that. In the wrong gear around that section. Should really be in 4th gear. Oh, huge crashes up the road. Acosta. The AI are struggling, and that's cost Suzuki time. He must have got tangled with Acosta when he was hitting the deck, but Toba's still all over the back of us. So if the AI keep doing this and making mistakes into that corner, I can't remember what turn number it was, but if they keep making that the same mistake, we could end up on the podium. And in fact, we are on the podium, of course. Half a second under our personal best time, which is good, but the front tyre, right, look at the right edge of the front tyre, that's 3 laps. Personal best time, but the front tyre on the right hand side is pretty worn. And I don't know what it is, it's sliding around in the braking zones. I think the Milestone, I think the tyre wear, especially on the edges, I don't know if it's just my riding style or what, but I seem to be going through tyres like it's nobody's business. I'm going to have to go for a hard front in the next race, definitely, just to be safe, because by the end of this lap I'm going to have no right front edge. because at the minute I'm falling with the recommended front tyre from other races and other classes as well. I'm noticing that I'm falling about a lap behind in terms of tyre wear, so that's not good, but pretty consistent at the minute. We're pretty much set so far for another 209.5, maybe even to beat that time, but because of that mistake from Acosta, he's drawn Suzuki in, and he's made a mistake as well. We must have collided when he was hitting the deck, but the gap is a second to Suzuki. Let's see if we can close it. I've got plenty of fuel on board, so we're +1 on lap, so I'm going to use Power Mode 3 just through this section as well, just to help us through here and down the back straight. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it though, because I don't want to run out of fuel. This is a very good position. This will probably be the best result of the season, but it's going to put us in a good, strong position heading out of round number 1. But this Power Mode 3, I don't know if I'm doing good lines or what, but we're a second under our personal best time, which is going to give us a new race record, a fast lap of the race. Let's see. Coming on to the final lap, look at the slipstream effect. It's so strong. 208.7, especially in this Moto3 class. Very good. He's back up the inside though. Too much fuel on board. Battling with Suzuki on this last lap for P2. We're through. He's still behind us by a tenth. His bike is stronger, so I expect him to come through at some corners, but we're not going to give up. Going to use Power Mode 3 just to keep us chugging along. Whoa, huge mistake into turn 4. Don't know what I was doing. Just completely missed my braking zone, but we've maintained it. We've made our own penalty loop there. I seem to have found the rhythm here at Qatar at the end of this race. Definitely going to be up in the race, the AI difficulties. We get our first track limit warning as we run wide there. I might not use a hard tyre in the next race. I don't know. At the minute, right, we're just about going to run out of tyre. But it doesn't feel too bad, you know. I'm worried if I go for a hard front, it'll get too cold, the front tyre, and we won't have this sort of pace. But we'll have to see. But I am using power. I've saved my fuel for the end, and we're using Power Mode 3 at the end. It's given us some good late race pace. There seems to be a big difference between Power Mode 2 and 3, so that's good for us right now. Only a few more corners to go. I don't think we're going to be able to get mass here. I'm going to turn it down. Who's crashed? Toba's crashed at that corner at the end. Unlucky for Toba, he was right with us. But coming into the final corner, no mistakes as the front tyre feels a bit slippery. And we're going to head down the straight now. I'm going to put it back into Power Mode 3. Just didn't trust the fuel gauge. Everything's new, everything's fresh, but here we go. We're going to set another personal best. We're going to be a fast lap. 2:08. Solid lap time. Really found the rhythm at the end there, which is good. Really, really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed that race. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So we're going to turn up the difficulty for round number 2. We're going to do that in this episode as well. So very much a Qatar episode. So let's get into it. Round number 2. So then, second place. Really, really good. Let's enjoy these podium celebrations. Let's see if if Milestone have updated them slightly. I have seen some different angles from some of the trailers, but here you go. That seems pretty new. Very nice. It seems very realistic. You get a good little buzz around the paddock. Probably more than so in real life at the minute, but there you go. Celebrate with the team. Podium in the opening round. I'll take that. Very, very good. But like I say, I'm going to up the difficulty now. So then, looks like we've got some more R&D that we can do on the bike. 3 more weeks for the frame. But engine node, we can get in and we can do that. We can get the engine staff on it. So let's do just that. Make sure we want to develop. Yep, right then. So 5 weeks on the next engine node. And 3 weeks on the next frame node. It's looking good. We do have some activity going on. Search contracts with factory teams. Okay, so it looks like we've already got offers in for new teams, but this is not what we want. We want to get into Moto2. We don't want to sign already for Moto3 again, because I'm not going to be here. I'm telling you, I'm not going to be here next season. But already trying to sign us up. Still low chance with Leopard, but let's see. The establishment of new teams. Oh, that's what that is. We've got one candidate available for personal manager. So let's take a look, shall we? Right. No, I'm not going to take him on. I'm going to leave ours. I like being able to search for the contracts. That's what I like about our current guy. So, let's get in then. We're going to get into the Grand Prix of Doha, so back out to Qatar. I think I'm going to go for a hard front tyre this race. Hard front and rear. Let's see what that's going to be like. So then, for this session, this round, I haven't done FP1 because I've already practiced. We're already warmed up. We're going straight out of Qatar 1 into Qatar 2, so I've got straight into qualifying. It does mean that you have to start in Q1, so whatever we do, we're going to have to do this twice. I'm going to go for a hard front and rear in the race, so let's go for a soft front and a medium rear in qualifying. I'm going to take out some of the fuel as well. Go for half a tank. That's still over fuel in it, but I want to be safe. But let's go then. Q1. We're going to do Q1. Hopefully we can get into Q2 with a new AI difficulty. But yeah, let's see how we get on. So then coming across the line. Well, not quite yet. We're getting there. Come on, chugging along. 209.4 is the time to beat. 208.5, very much on the pace that we had in the race, that opening round. So that should be a straight into Q2. It is by 7/10. Antonelli 209.3. So hopefully the other AI should be around that similar pace, but I might have to even go higher with the difficulty. I did up it by a good 20%. But yeah, let's see. Q2. Gonna go for that combination again, which was soft front. You see, one hot lap took out half a lap. And on the rear. Well, there you go. Right, let's take out some fuel. Right, let's go. Q2 time. See if we can get on pole position, back-to-back poles. But remember that the AI are weaker in qualifying than they are the race. So we're going to have to bear that in mind for race pace. And it's not going to be that simple already. They're in the 208.9. So it's going to be more competitive. So let's put in a good lap. So see what this lap is like. I'm not convinced it's going to be a brilliant one. But it just about pole position from McPhee. Not as quick as our Q1 lap. But I haven't got the fuel to go again. Or the tyres. So that's going to be it. We haven't got time to get back in the pit. So is it enough? Yes, it is. Just ahead of John McPhee. That's a little bit more competitive. But we're going to go higher in the next episode, in the next round, with the AI difficulties. So let's go racing here today, though. The AI are going to be strong in the race. So it's going to be a tough old race. Consumption check. I am going to go for... I'm going to try that hard front and the hard rear. A fuel... a full tank of fuel. So let's go racing. Here at Qatar once again. I'm realising now that... episode 1, if you follow... If you do career mode that has 2 races an episode, your opening round is just going to be Qatar. That's it. So that's the problem if you use the official calendar. But I'm going to do that for our seasons because that's what the real MotoGP is. And then after we've done, you know, at least one season in each thing, then I might switch it up and go for the full calendar and throw in Argentina, Austin, Texas. But for now, we're going to be sticking with the official stuff. But let's focus on the race here. We're off and... someone right up my bum. There's Minyo, I think. Oh, into down 1. We get beaten up at the start. We really do, even with Power Mode 3. Whoa, up or inside. Dropping down to P5. Oh. Got Red Bull up our inside. Red Bull KTM. Come on. No. I need to get used to these hard tyres. It already feels different. There's a little bit more. I don't know. It doesn't feel as grippy as the medium, but that's to be expected. But we should get the tyre life. And if we're consistent and good with our pace, then we might be on for another podium. There's our teammate Antonelli behind. Oh, a little bit wide there around turn 7. We're going backwards. Let's stick with it. Once we get our hard front up to temperature, we should be able to go back on the attack. Here we go. Whoa. Sorry, Rodrigo. Had a kick from the rear end there, and Antonelli, our teammate, right behind us. Let's go after Masia then. In the top 5. And turn 12. Let's see what the pace is like on our new AI difficulty. Around 14. Another 5 laps here. We're getting plenty of practice at Qatar. We really are. Here we go then. I'm going to roll it into MoTO3. I want to get back into the top 5. See if we get another podium. Come on. There you go, Masia making a mistake, and we're up into the top 5. People crashing behind or something. But here we go. Lots and lots of slipstream to get from the guys ahead. MoTO3 and everything. Going to turn back into MoTO2. On the brakes. They all come flying back up the inside. They're better on the brakes than us. But we're in the mix. Taking this wider line, see if we can get a bit of a cutback. Sorry, Mignot. He's got the inside line for the next one though. And there's John McPhee battling with Alcoba. Is that his name? Alcoba? The front tyre though, it feels cooler. It really does. And as you can see from the graphic on the right, it is cooler. And to be honest, I'm pushing harder to get temperature into it, but I think it's taking chunks out of the tyre life. So maybe going for that hard tyre isn't the best option, but Masia, whatever his name is. Every year, Moto3 and Moto2 stumble me because I don't watch all the races. But yeah, we've got that Red Bull KTM behind me. Into turn 9, I've really messed that line up. Where am I going? Whoa! Whoa! I really messed that up. Huge mistake from us. Big, big mistake. MoTO3. Let's get back into the top 5. See if we can go run down the back end of the circuit here now. Round 13. He's already starting to close the gap on Mignot. Oh, John McPhee's done it again. He did that at the last race. The AI making mistakes at that corner. They're obviously pushing it too hard. Here we go, I'm going to go at the inside. No, I'm not. And look at this, 3 wide through that final corner. It's pretty interesting. We're going to get the slipstream. Come on, it's so powerful here. Look at this. Look at the run. 2:0. We're half a second off the fast lap of the race. 2:08.6 it is. But we did make mistakes on that lap. Oh! Alcoba, come on, get back on the bike. Get up. Well, let's... Come on, on you get. Oh, gosh. It's taking forever. We're going to get hit here as well. Come on. Hey, we're off. Well, that was a bit unfortunate, wasn't it? And you know what? I know that was caused by the fact that that guy on our outside clipped us. But, you know, I just got a feeling if I had the medium front, I wouldn't have been in that position. Look how cold our hard front is at the minute. I know we've just fallen off. We're going to have to work to get some temperature back into it, but Oh, that's annoying. Here's Rodrigo with us. That took forever to get back on the bike. That bike retrieval system takes forever. If you hit the deck, it ruins your race. Well, I know that happens in the sport anyway, doesn't it? But there you go. We've gone from potentially fighting for the podium now. I don't know where the points start in Moto3, but it's definitely not in P25. Oh, that's annoying. We could have had a double podium at the start. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? That would have been really nice. But let's see then. If I can still string together some decent laps. 20 seconds that cost us, but you know, the AI make mistakes like that. Oh, God. Really had to avoid his bite there. But I haven't got the confidence I did on the medium front. And look at that, under pressure already. But if the AI keep falling off and making mistakes like that, it's going to give us a chance. Oh, I didn't know if he got a bit of a wobble on there. Let's go. Palmo 3. I'm going to breeze on by. So, we've got 2 laps to go now. Let's see if we can put in some good laps, get some heat into the front tyre again. If people fall off, we could pick up maybe a point or 2 if we get lucky, but I'm struggling with this hard front tyre, I have to be honest. It was a mistake. Getting ahead of myself. Oh, Koffler's down. I could see that coming. Tate's down, or whatever his name is. He's our teammate by the looks of it. I didn't even realise. Let's see if we can get him. I was gaining anyway on Koffler. Is that his name? Can't remember now. Oh, riding the curbs. The curbs are deadly on this game. One tip, keep away from the curbs. Don't ride the curbs. But here we go. Look at the slipstream on Tate, our teammate as well. Palmo 2. Let's keep going. 208.9. We're on a good lap. But I made mistakes in that last sector, so that cost us. But anyway, into P21, 4 seconds up the road to P20. We're not going to be able to get that. I don't know where the points start. I can't remember. We'll soon find out, won't we? But let's just bring it home. And we'll have to do better in the next round. Which I think is Portimao, isn't it? I think it is. Oh, someone else hit the deck. There we go. P19. P19. P18. Someone else has hit the deck. Loads of people have hit the deck. Oh, P18, that can't be points, can it? Is it P16? Around the final corner. I tell you what, no confidence on the front end. At least the medium tyre had heat, so you could actually bring it home. But here we go then, cross the line. Are we going to get fast up at the race? I don't think so. But our pace was right up there. It would have been a tough old race. But yeah, unfortunate. But at least we got to try out the old bike recovery. 208.5 from Foggier. And we finished P18, 208.7. Not quite fast as a lap, but good pace in the end. Didn't achieve our goal, but I've dropped down a few positions now into P6 in the championship. Darren Binder leads. We're only 7 points off of him. That's not bad at all. Not too bad, not too shabby. And Avintia have lost out on that top position. We're now P3. There's the Red Bulls that lead the way. But there you have it. Episode number 1, MotoGP 21 career mode. That doesn't half fly around, doesn't it? But there you go. Thoroughly enjoyable episode. Enjoying the game, enjoying Moto3. Nice challenge. And yeah, we're going to be heading over to Europe next by the looks of things. If you look at the calendar, Portimao and then Jerez in the next episode. So if you guys did enjoy, then smash that like button. If you are new around here, get subscribed for plenty more MotoGP 21. And have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.